I'm Leon.
Hi, I'm Jared.
And we're back to do another episode recap of A Million Little Things. We're up to episode 12 now?
12.
And
this one's called The Day Before, which kind of summarizes what this whole episode is about, as we go back to 24 hours before John killed himself.
Spoiler alert.
Yes. From the very first episode, yeah.
So we're going to break it down by looking at all the different characters that we sort of touched upon during this episode. Some we spent a little more time with, some not so much, but it's nice how they did this to fill in all sort of the pieces of what happened these 24 hours before.
I think we should start with probably like the least character, and that would be Maggie. She...
The least character?
Compared to everyone closest to John, I thought in this episode Maggie was kind of like, I'm a random person coming in. It was good to know her story, but compared to everyone else's, there was more at stake because they knew John and what was going to happen. So
maybe the less connected one.
Okay, least connected one. Then.
But I think with hers, you'd start off with the music once again. I was like the music.
I love the music. Oh.
And so, what was the song of this week?
"Shiny Happy People"
by R.E.M. So that's the ironic touch on the song being played with everyone's lives for the most part starting to fall apart and terrible things happening to them. So with Maggie,
especially since it's with Maggie, since I felt like in this episode she's putting on that front face, that face for her dad when her dad comes with her to help her unpack, because as soon as he leaves she starts packing everything up, because in this point she has already made her choice to die by not getting chemo, and so she's accepting it and she's pretending to be shiny happy, but she's really not because she's dying. That's what I took with it.
But it was nice to see all the little touches, like seeing her stuffed animal, and now we already know about her brother.
Yes.
We kind of get the fill-in already of what she's thinking about and the reasons why she's doing it. But still, very heartbreaking to see her unpack everything, be with her dad. It was a nice little touch with him and saying goodbye and how her family life's like. And then she just goes back to her apartment and packs it all up again. It's like her closing herself off. And
what I noticed too was also kind of sad was she seemed happy doing it. She closed the door and then she's like, okay, and she started opening the box and she was dancing with the song, and it was like it was just really sad because she was like, this is how I want my life to end. And I'm like, no.
She was resolved to the fact.
Yeah.
So who next?
Gary? I think let's go with Gary. I think we'll go with him next.
Well, what got me for this episode is we find out what Gary's last words to John are before John dies. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that was sad. So one of the scenes was we start off with a basketball game, and Gary just broke off another relationship with some random woman, and John starts getting really upset with him because he says he can't get committed for a couple of weeks. Big fight happens, and the last thing Gary says to John is to go to hell, which is very sad and very depressing.
Well, it's one of those moments that you never know what your last words are going to be to someone. Yeah. And so it's interesting because it's obviously something that Gary probably hasn't realized that those were his last words because he's never brought it up in the series so far. Mm-hmm. But us as viewers get to know that's the last things he said. It was also interesting, that basketball game that you mentioned, because you can completely see everyone's sort of in different places emotionally. You have Eddie, who's coming in there, getting ready for his big conversation that night with Catherine. You have John, who's obviously going through the ideas of... See, and I don't know if he's committed to commit suicide at that point already, or if he's sort of weighing on him. But you can see this whole idea of life is fragile, life is fleeting, you gotta take each moment is weighing on him. That's why he sort of digs into Gary. And you have Gary, who has his checkup for cancer coming that next day, where his whole way of always sort of dealing with stuff is just pushing it off. So everyone's clashing with these different things they have going on.
And we also find out Gary's dog, Colin, how that came to be.
Colin. Just a visitor for the night. But he stays around for a little bit longer.
Yes, and I think he gets adopted because we see him more throughout the series before.
Yes, Colin's great. So next up we have Rome and Regina. Rome has his great commercial.
The ranch commercial.
I thought it was clever how they, right at the first beginning of the commercial break, it goes right into the commercial.
The commercial,
that he was pitching.
Very smart for ABC and Million Little Things and whoever else, like the ranch company, for working that into the show. Hidden Valley. Yeah.
My only sort of question is, I have to rewatch. That's something I want to do next, is to rewatch the first episodes again, because I want to see the continuation now after seeing this previous episode of how it plays right into it. See, I didn't remember him having this big job lined up at the beginning of the series. Because we sort of leave with this episode, he just got this great opportunity to do a Super Bowl commercial, and I don't remember it mentioned at the beginning of the series. So it might be something I just missed, like Barbara Morgan at the beginning of the series, that we think. But we'll have to go back and check it out and see what really happened.
And then poor Regina with her job and what happens is she gets, I don't know how to describe it.
Someone gets handsy on her.
Yeah, and when she tells her boss, the boss just tells her, hey, just forget about it. They're our employees.
But he texted her later and said that he's on her side.
And it's very weird.
Yeah, he was more concerned about the company than he was about her. Then I think we have still... Who left?
Delilah?
Delilah's a big one.
Delilah and Eddie. So, 24 hours again. Delilah and Eddie are like, okay, we're gonna tell our spouses that we've been having this affair. It's gonna happen tonight at this diner. This is all going down. As Delilah is waiting, though...
Sassy Waiter comes up.
Sassy Waiter. Sassy Waiter.
Need to see a little more Sassy Waiter in future episodes.
Sassy Waiter is Barbara Morgan. That's the plot twist.
That's going to be the plot twist for it.
Yes. But John sadly doesn't come in time until she texts Eddie, and Eddie does come. And in typical drama fashion, John sees them together at the restaurant, and yay, drama.
Well, John sees them outside the window, and he just walks away, and we knew already that John sort of knew with the voicemail that the affair was going on. What was interesting, though, is Ashley knew about the affair beforehand. Her getting those pictures, the speed cam, and seeing both Delilah with Eddie, and you could tell she really wants John to know, because as we kind of find out, she has a thing for John.
Yeah.
She's probably thinking this could be the thing to spread his marriage up so she could come in, but she doesn't push it forward.
Yeah. The big thing is this episode's kind of all about John. He takes Ashley to his apartment that he used to own in college. Not own, he didn't own. He owns it now, but he was there in college and lived there, and it had special memories for him.
Which for me is a point I'm not really getting so much. I can understand, okay, this is a great place you had at college. I'm sure we'll get more information later about why this place is special. But for him to buy an entire city block just to get this building, I'm just not making that connection of why this place is so important.
More will be revealed, probably, hopefully.
But we got also to talk about dreams, and it was really nice to see that John's talking about what's your dreams, and it ties into what he's done so far. It seems like the idea and the plot with John is following your dreams. He's helped Regina get the restaurant. He's helping, or he's okay with Eddie and Delilah following their dream of being together. He wants people to follow their dreams, like with Gary.
He wants Gary to live, helped him through cancer.
And so he seems to be, that's his final wish before he kills himself, is he wants to help as many people get their wish, like going to Barcelona for Ashley.
Yes.
And so I still have the idea that Ashley isn't sinister as she looks. She might not be as forthcoming. She's a little more in the shadows and doing things. But I think it's going to be revealed that she's just doing her part to be John's sort of movement. She's helping what John wants.
Yeah. I think something else I have to mention was I loved... I don't want to... Is love the correct word? I'll just use it. I love the way how it ended. I thought it was a perfect, depressed ending where it's Gary it's cancer-free and he calls John, but the time he did that, John just jumped from his building and he gets Ashley. And I thought it was credit to the actor who plays Gary, because he starts off all excited because he's cancer-free, got a dog, and he's like, Ashley, what's up? And then cuts to black, because we then know the downfall that starts to happen at the beginning of episode 1.
So it's all sort of filling in the pieces. We'll be looking forward to the next episode coming up. Hopefully we'll get some more Barbara Morgan in there. That's been kind of leading us along for a while, but we'll have to wait and see till next week.
Yes. See you later. Thank you so much for watching.
Take care. Bye.